2, 1.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Are we live? Yes, we are live. Sorry, we're still newbies at this. Oh, what is... My bad. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, all right.
Hello.
Hey.
Get your drink on.
Get your drink on, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, everybody. Do your seat dancing. Let me see it.
Finger guns?
Finger guns? Yes, indeed. And you got your other mic. You got your mic this time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You are now tuned in to the hottest podcast across the land. The hottest podcast across the globe. And definitely, motherfuckers, definitely the hottest podcast on YouTube. Point blank and period. This is Mixture of Variety. I'm your host, Patient Zero, with my co-hosts.
DP.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up one time. Give it up one time. Yes, the studio audience is a little bit dragged, but there they are. All right.
Wow.
Yes, thank you, studio audience. Thank you. A little delayed. I think Granny might have shared her toad around the studio audience or something like that.
She did. I saw her.
Yeah, it might have actually happened. So here we are, Nikki P, our first show in February.
Oh my. Happy February.
Yeah, happy February, everybody. First week of February. It's our first show in February.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we're just trucking along. We're just trucking along this year. This year is just trucking the fuck along.
With
so how are you, Nikki?
A lot of snow.
With a lot of snow, yeah. We got hit with a mad blizzard and probably another blizzard on Sunday. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I'm seeing 3 to 5 by me in upstate New York. Well,
Yeah.
Hudson Valley.
Yeah, and hopefully we're like 1 to 3 because you're still like an hour, south of me. So hopefully we won't get hit too bad, but hopefully you won't get hit too bad either. Like 3 to 5 inches is nothing compared to what we saw.
Unless you're me and hate driving in the snow and go approximately 3 to 5 miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean that is true too.
Because I really don't care.
That is true. Yeah, so, I had a good week. Hopefully you had a good week. Hopefully everybody had a good week. And, Nikki P, before we start the show,
Uh-oh.
please give me 30 seconds of your time.
Back of the end zone, touchdown Braves. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to Super Bowl 55.
We're going to the damn Super Bowl. Bus Nation Live.
Yes!
Let's do this. The first franchise in the history of the NFL who will play in the Super Bowl in its home stadium. We're coming home!
Thank you very much. Music.
I have no interest in football.
I have to say it really fast.
But I'm happy for you.
Yes, thank you very much, because this is huge. I cannot remember in my lifetime my team in any sport. Maybe the Miami Heat one time when I was like a really big Miami Heat fan. They won the championship. But besides that, this is a team that I liked and adored and became a addict since 2004 when I moved to Tampa, Florida. January 1st, 2004, I moved to Tampa, and ever since then. So we're talking like 16, 17 years, so this is a big deal. And not only a big deal, because they were shit for so long. They were garbage truck juice, like I say. They were super trash. They didn't make it to the playoffs forever. And then Tom Brady just comes in, and now here we are. Yeah, right? I know, here we are. The fucking GOAT comes in and just cleans up the garbage, I guess you can say. Cleans up the garbage. But I'm so fucking happy, and now it actually hit me because now it's Super Bowl weekend, and it is Sunday. And, you know, are you guys one of those people like me that just watch the Super Bowl because it's the Super Bowl? It doesn't matter who's playing? Or are you one of those people that just watch the Super Bowl before the commercials? I know a lot of people that do that. Or you like Nikki P and just like Nikki P and just doesn't even turn on the TV that day and has no interest at all. You don't like the commercials either?
I mean, yeah, sure. Look, if I'm off, like, I'm normally working. I've worked retail forever, so I'm normally working, and, like, Super Bowls, like, whatever. You know what I like about it? The snacks.
Oh, all right, there you go. Absolutely. Yeah, I will be breaking my diet that day. Yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
All the finger food and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been really good, but Sunday,
Out.
nope. It's out. It's out. So, thank you for that Tampa Bay Bucks intro. And this is Mixture of Variety. We put the Item Podcast, like we say. And it is a variety show podcast, if you haven't figured out. Mixture of variety, get it? Mixture of ideas and a
variety of topics.
See how that works out? Simple as
Go
that,
figure.
ladies and gentlemen. Go figure. We do have a audio show. We are live on Castbox. You have to get that Castbox app off of Google or Apple. But if you download that app, we are live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we have to say Eastern because we are all, truly all around the world. People listen from all over the place on that app. It's really pretty amazing. And then you can just Google us if you want to see our 190 plus shows. You can just Google Mixture of Variety Podcasts. Or even Mixture of Variety if you're lazy. All of our podcasts will come up from wherever you listen to podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you will find us. Just search Mixture of Variety. iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon, Spotify, and everywhere else.
All the platforms.
Exactly. But speaking of platforms, this is the biggest platform. Right here. Right here.
YouTube.
This is show number 5. Show number 5 on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. We are still newbies when it comes to video, podcasts, although we're getting better. Although I already, fucked up a little bit. But it's alright. Hopefully,
We digress.
We digress. It's a live show. What the fuck are you gonna do, What are you gonna do? But anyway, yeah, we're here every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, so start your weekend off with us. And if you like what you see, press like. And maybe possibly subscribe to know what's up with us and what we're doing next. And then most importantly, share it. Share it.
That's
share
the big one.
That's the big one. Just share it. Just even to one person and we will love you to death for doing that. Right? Right. So,
right.
Nikki P, since it is a variety show podcast, we can truly talk about anything and everything. We truly do. We talk about anything from mental health and addiction to having sex with gay midget aliens. Yes, exactly.
Bum, bum, bum.
Exactly. And everything in between, because that's not all we talk about, Nikki P. Of course not.
The in-betweeners.
Yes, the in-betweeners. Do you have that list in front of you? Do you want to start off and let the people know what we are all about? Especially if you're tuned in for the first time?
Well, let's see. So we talk about mental illness, mental health, addiction, sobriety, recovery, experiences in a halfway house and rehab, LGBT life, shouts to you guys, relationships, news, sex, and more sex, hip-hop, mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
Oh.
How about we take a deep breath right now when you hear the bell, just to remind ourselves where our feet are planted and to remind ourselves that this moment is all we have and we have to live in the moment. Ready? When you hear the bell, take a deep breath. Here we go. Nikki P, didn't that feel good?
It sure effing did. Also, aliens, conspiracy theories, random topics, and so much more.
But above all, Nikki P, above all,
positive energy and laughs.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's about. No matter what, you are going to get some positive energy and laughs if you listen to the show. Guaranteed. Because that's what we are about. So I guess this is the time of the show where I say that we're not professionals, but since we're talking about family businesses and family issues and family matters and family everything, it's kind of hard to not be a professional because everybody has a family. So we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
The disclaimer, however, is if you are hypersensitive or get butthurt easy, this podcast is definitely not for you. Sick and twisted dark humor, vulgar uncensored language, and politically incorrect conversations are just some of the things...
and fun
you'll hear on Mixture of Variety, which means listener discretion is definitely advised. Yes, indeed.
Huh?
Ooh.
Huh?
Oh, Granny!
I can't hear you. Where's my glasses?
There she is.
What? What did you say? Huh?
Wow,
she's
Granny.
wild today.
She's in rare form and she's extra loud. She's
toad.
extra loud today.
Yeah, that was loud.
Yes.
Granny, calm down.
You please calm down, Nikki P. Actually, or not Nikki P. Granny. Everybody calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. I had the volume so loud for the Bucks thing. Okay, so Granny, simmer down. You don't have to scream. Sit down. You don't have to stand on your seat. That is Granny, ladies and gentlemen. That actually is the third co-host of the show. She has Alzheimer's and dementia. She doesn't know where she is or what she's doing most of the time. But she's here. You know what I'm saying?
Right
She's
now.
here. She's here like right now. She's wilding out already. You know what I'm saying? And we loved her, you know, even from the start because, you know, she comes all the time.
That's what she said.
And she's here all the time and we love her. We love her. We had to shoo her and her 8 off on the weekend because we don't even do a fucking show on the weekend.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
But we also love her, and we had to make her a co-host for a couple other reasons. One, she's tatted from head to toe. I almost said neck again. From head to toe. This lady's 100 years old. Put it in perspective. We caught her out in the parking lot a couple times before the show, and she was smoking meth, she was smoking rock, she was smoking toad. Everything. And then she comes to the show like that. So we're like, okay, this lady's fucking wilding out, and we love her to death. Nikki P, please explain what happened that one glorious day.
So on this glorious day, comes in with a bag bigger than herself. She's, what, 4'2", 4'1"?
Yeah, something like that.
And, yeah, she had this huge giant bag, so we had security check out. And come to find out, I mean, we thought it was AK-47, but it was not. It was actually a 3-foot dildo. So then, what'd we do?
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what are you gonna do? We had to make her a fucking co-host after that. How could we not? How could we not? But, you know, we truly love Granny. The icing on the cake is when the planets aligned because her 100th birthday was on our 100th show. And we just knew it was destiny.
Fate.
It was fate.
Fate, destiny, all the above.
All the above. All the above. And speaking of all the above... Oh, shit, Nikki P, we have some breaking news. And the breaking news comes in the form of a segment that we like to call Mini Holidays. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mini Holidays. Why? Because every day is a holiday.
I like turtles. I like turtles. I like turtles. I like turtles.
Whatever.
All right. We do love turtles.
We need a turtle.
Yes.
We need
Yes, we do.
a turtle.
We do. Nikki P, what is Mini Holidays all about?
It's our second segment of the show. a fan favorite, if you will.
Oh,
And
okay.
we hear that you should celebrate every day as a holiday and be for the things that you do have instead of worrying about the things you don't have. Oh,
I like turtles. I like turtles.
like wanting a turtle.
Yes.
So, there is an actual list that we never look at beforehand that composes or includes the holidays for that particular day. And today
Exactly.
is February 5th already.
Yes, indeed. And big shouts to our mixers. Big shouts to the haters as well. But big shouts to the mixers. You made it this far in the show. A lot of people don't make it this far, in the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot going on. As Granny says, there's lots to take in.
Oh, a lot to take in.
Lots to go, you know what I'm saying? There's just a lot going on. The Granny's dildo and the disclaimer and having sex with gay midget aliens is not for everybody. But Nikki P did explain mini holidays very well, and that's what we're going to get into right now. Everybody's favorite segment of the show, mini holidays.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
We got
We got time
time.
for it. Yes, indeed, we do. All right, so we're going to knock these out.
All
We're knock
right,
these
let's
out.
hope there's not too many. Sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 30.
I mean,
So,
exactly. You never know. And we never look at these ahead of time. Go for it, Nikki P.
it is California Western Monarch Day.
I'm going to jail!
Okay. That was interesting.
It
I have no idea what
is.
that is.
The monarch butterfly.
Yes.
I don't know why. Maybe when they migrate, I think.
Oh, okay. That's what it is?
I think.
Good, very interesting. Now I can live the rest of my life.
Yes. It is Disaster Day.
Disaster Day. Wow, I celebrate that every day.
Me too.
All right, that's good to know.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. The organized chaos, the mental illness circus.
Give kids
Yes.
a smile day.
Oh, give kids a smile day. It's kind
I
of hard.
actually did today.
It's kind of hard to do that because most of the time we have masks on and you can't even tell if you're, smiling. I don't know.
Well,
You know?
this little girl gave no shits and smiled.
Oh, all right.
It is International Clash Day.
International what?
Clash,
International Clash Day. Okay.
which
All right.
refers to the British punk band.
Oh, okay. Next. What we got next?
Move Hollywood and Broadway to Lebanon, Pennsylvania Day.
Yay! Say that again real quick right now.
Move Hollywood and Broadway to Lebanon, Pennsylvania Day.
Yes, indeed. What
I
the
will
hell?
look that up.
Yeah, that's really insane. I mean, that's why
So-
everybody loves these so much. Go for it. What is it? What is it?
I'm not looking it up, but apparently Lebanon is a town in PA. So you want to move Hollywood and Broadway to there. I don't understand.
Nope, me either.
It
Next.
is National Fondue Day. Oh, I'm sorry, National Chocolate Fondue Day.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that. I like that.
National Fart Day.
National Fart Day.
I've been farting all day too.
You have celebrated. I'm sure everybody has
And you know what I
celebrated
love? The picture they show with it is beans. Like a bowl
today.
of
Nice. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I don't think they're gonna show
Patient
a
Zero,
bare ass.
We have to celebrate. National
What's that?
Shower with a Friend Day.
Yay! Shower with a Friend Day. Let's do that right after the show. Actually, our sex show is every Wednesday on Castbox, and that's when we do actually shower because we do the show completely in the nude. All right, go ahead.
Nude. National Wear Red Day.
Wear red day. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts to the Bloods.
I can't even do it. National Weather Person's Day.
All right. They
A
got,
job where you could be completely wrong all the time.
Yep, and still get paid big bucks, especially if you're on TV, even local TV. I wanted to be a meteorologist forever. Did you know that? When I was younger?
Me too.
Yeah, I did.
You should do it now.
Yeah, and then it was just like, then I
Can we
think
show the weather back here?
Yeah. There's a fucking volcano right here. I don't know what happened, what's going on here, but...
There's a cold front
yes.
moving into a cold front.
Yes. But you're right, you could be completely wrong and still have a great paycheck, so...
And last but not least, my favorite World Nutella Day.
Oh, alright. Nice. Very nice. That is actually, delicious. I gotta kind of be in the mood for it, but it's very delicious. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mini Holidays for February 5th, 2021.
Woo!
Alright. Alright. So, yeah, we are actually doing things differently because we actually never even really touched on this topic before.
No.
But that's the beautiful thing. I'm sure we have a lot to talk about, even though at first, before the show, I was like, I hope we have enough to talk about. Of course we have enough to talk about. We have a lot of things to cover, and it's all related to family. So we're going to say family stories, with Nikki P and I, family like how we grew up, and family how it was when we were teenagers, and families when we, branched off and did our own thing, and basically got our own families. I came close to doing that. I haven't done that yet, but, Nikki P has. And then, extended family, and,
oh, jeez.
Everything that really goes with it.
We would be here for a week if I went into my family dynamics, and I'm sure same with you.
Yes, exactly. So we are going to do the quick version of that. We don't have to talk about that, too long, but just as far as we'll try to keep it within our family, and then just have, our dynamics, our family dynamics is probably very similar to a lot of people. Maybe not exactly what we went through and stuff like that, but, how relationships change. But
I would like to start the family thing with my favorite quote from one of my favorite movies, which is Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. And the quote is, "You cannot spell families without lies."
Oh, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. All right. Wow. Yeah. I mean, how I look at it now. I'll get to when we started out as youngins, but how I get to it now is like, family is everything, right? That's what I thought for a long time. Like, family is everything. No matter what, family is everything. And even if you're not too close to family members, like as you get older, like shit just happens, and either they, physically move away, or you just don't talk that often, or you have an argument, or whatever it is. I always feel that no matter what happens, for me, that I will always still have their back. Like if something happened, I would always be there for them, and I would always have their back. Can I say that on the flip side of that? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it just, the relationship got too fucked up in whatever way,
But I will say, being young and growing up, your families do tell a lot of fucking lies. The things you find out as life goes on and time goes on, and as you get older, you're just like, what? And I'm not talking about Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, Santa. I'm talking about deep shit, and you're just like, how'd you keep that buried for so long?
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. I also feel like I could play a part of that too, because I was, as I was getting older, I had to lie to my family as far as like being gay and stuff like that. Not like that really affected anything because I had a cool family like that, but in my head, shit, I didn't know that. There's, how many guys didn't want to come out, girls didn't want to come out around that time because they thought that their family would abandon them.
That's
especially if you were like,
insane to me, though.
yeah, I mean, but especially if you were like raised in a church and you like go to church all the time
Ugh.
and you're taught all the time. Let's say you go to church like 3 times a week, like crazy like that, and your whole
Do people
life
do that?
I mean, there probably are some people that do that, but
Oh,
I'm just saying like those type of people. If you got to come out, then it's like forget about it because you already know your parents are gonna be like, no, fuck you. I mean, the fact that they have like a whole homeless shelter in
yeah.
New York City for runaways who came out and their family, put them out on the street. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that that's even a thing
What?
twists my heart. Just completely just twists my heart up.
That's disgusting.
It is. It is. So, for me, just knowing that I had like a great family, but I also had a big family. And I
Yeah.
also had a religious dad, who was kind of iffy for years.
Hmm.
And I also had 3 brothers. Brothers don't play that shit. Like, I don't want a gay brother. I don't want, all this shit. So I had to take a chance. I had to take a chance for a lot of reasons, but that was definitely, messing up the family, and really thinking about like, how would they take it? How would they feel?
Yeah.
But again, on the flip side, Nikki P, like, I would be the one to just be like, yeah, 100%. Like, I'm gonna be an ally. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to help you, and So it basically, like, it was what it was. But you want to start younger than that, Nikki P? Let's start even younger than that.
How young are we talking?
Let's start at like, elementary, middle school.
See, my family life is such an oxymoron because as awesome it was, I had my grandma, my grandpa, my non, my mom, my dad lived in Arizona. I had my aunt and uncle with me. I had all my cousins, like I spent summers in Delaware with my family, my dad's side. But my life, thinking about it now, and then there were people who married into the family who weren't great people. 2 of them, to be exact, like they weren't great people, but you don't realize that until you're growing up. But like, it was so chaotic because my whole life, all I knew was like, oh, I'm home, I'm at my non's, I'm in school, I'm here, I'm there. I was always everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hopped around, and then like my non, which is my other grandma, my mom's mom, because my mom was a single mom. And my dad tried to work it out, and like, it just didn't work out. But like, growing up, and yes, I had a great time. I'm very close with my aunts. I'm very close, with my cousins for the most part. I mean, we could get even crazier. Like my family who lives in Italy would come to Delaware. Like Delaware was the meeting spot, my family in Canada would come to Delaware. My family from California, from Florida, I mean, all over. And like, that was like the spot. And like, we had a blast. We did, we did stuff. We went to the beach, but thinking about it, as great as that all was, and like spending time with my non and watching Golden Girls at like 4 or 5, from age 4 and up, and having really good foods introduced into my life, and being very cultured and being well mannered and taught a lot of manners growing up. Thinking about it now, like all that moving around is so chaotic. I don't think, kids should have to go through that.
Yes, I agree.
But like as you get older, you know, then you're like, oh wait, yes, things were great, but on the flip side, there were two shitty people in my family, again, who married into it. They were very toxic. My two cousins who, you know, God bless them, passed away with the people, you know, like it was just a mess. And all this is going on, and you're a little kid, so you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, right.
And that factors into your adult life, I feel like.
Yeah,
Growing
definitely.
up in chaos.
Yeah, I mean, how can it not? Any type of chaos, you know what I mean? But moving around a lot is definitely that's too much to take, you know. Having, you know, poisonous people come into your family that weren't there before, you know, that were maybe they made it destructive or made it for you it was destructive or made it more dysfunctional. I mean, all we all have, you know, dysfunctional families, but it's
Yeah.
like what level of dysfunction, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it really fucked up that it's like scarred you for life, or you have like PTSD or some shit from it? Or is it something that you could talk on a podcast about, you know?
I mean, I won't mention that on the pod at all.
Yeah.
What
You
they
shouldn't.
did.
No, you shouldn't.
But also dealing with certain things, yes, the chaotic, but like also I'm a very aware person. I'm very aware of my surroundings. Like if something doesn't feel right or look right, it's like I just know, and I'm just like, nope, goodbye.
Yeah.
So it definitely
Yeah.
builds you into a stronger person mentally and emotionally in a sense, but I'm a pretty emotional person anyway, so
Yeah. Well, a lot of it, you know, how it just, you know, how it molds us when we're young, family environment, schooling, you know, whatever's going on. It's just like that basically is the precursor for the rest of your life. You know,
yeah.
you try to deal with it and you try to handle it certain ways, and then before you know it, you know, you're at a high school and you know, you're in therapy for some reason, which these days it's not even a big deal like it used to be. Therapy used to be a big deal.
Oh,
But now
when I moved to Delaware because I was being bad in school, I was in ninth grade, and I moved down to Delaware. Like my aunt made me see a therapist, and you know, you're in ninth grade. Are you really going to be super honest? Not really. So the therapy, you know, the school therapist was like, I don't know why you're here. You don't have to come back. I'm like, cool, bye.
yeah, right. Yeah, I think
But
it's easy. I think it's easier when you're young too, to just be like, nah, I'm good. Everything's fine.
yeah.
See, for me, like, my mom and dad got divorced when I was like 11, maybe, something like that. It was definitely really rough for me, but before that, before leading up to 11, it was it was very strange because like my mom was like super quiet, like super quiet, didn't react to anything.
Really?
Yeah, like very sweet, kind, caring, compassionate, of course, all those things, but never reacted to anything. But on the flip side of that, my dad would really react to it, and he would react to it sometimes with violence. And you know, at times he was like, I always remember that when I was younger, it was just like I was like scared of him. At some, you know, at some stages of life, I was like scared of him, and
Yeah.
But what I realized is that a lot before the divorce, I guess like my mom was practicing Judaism because religion was like played a huge part and still plays a huge part of my dad's life, and she didn't really want a part of that anymore. Like at first she thought she did years before, years earlier, and then she didn't. That was probably one of many reasons. Because of how explosive he is and because of, you know, A, B, and C, shit that I don't even know about,
Yeah.
whatever. But I think, like, my main thing is like religion, because like religion is so crazy to me, because I was brought up thinking that that was like the religion, and then finding out that after the divorce, like we're doing Christmas and we're doing all these things. We're not really like going to church or anything, but like my mom was like, you know, Christian because she wanted to be Christian.
Yeah.
And then like a year or two later, maybe a little bit later than that, she married this, you know, practicing Mormon. And I was like, all right, well, you know, religion is out of my life, you know, so that definitely was the main. But as far as like family and how it affected my family, it did affect my family, because there was a lot of times where my mom would like bash my dad and his religion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because she was so resentful. She was so resentful for those years that any time possible she would say some shit about Judaism. And that made me, you know, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna agree with my mom. And then, but then I also had no interest in that, no interest in that. My family, who was, you know, which is already huge, 3 brothers, it was a big enough family. And then when my mom got remarried, had a sister, so my sister's like a lot younger than me, and we have different dads. But then all the stepbrothers came in, you know, stepsisters. Then it's just like it's just a massive, which
Brady
also
Bunch.
it was absolutely the Brady Bunch, yeah. And you know, that it was a blessing, and it was also a curse, I guess you could say. But you know, it was just a lot. It was just a lot to deal with, I guess. You know, now it's even more people that I have to tell that I'm gay, or more people that I have to, you know, do whatever with, and think about what they're actually gonna say. And you know, I don't know. Then after that, it kind of got like it got a little bit different. Not having to be around family, because my stepdad at the time, I really hated him.
Yeah.
Absolutely hated him. And so for the fact that was even happening with, you know, him and my mom, it was just like very disturbing for a long time, and it caused a lot of like rage inside me. I was pissed off pretty much all the time. You know, but then it just like, you know, it just happened, and everything was all right. You know, after that, it wasn't really that big of a deal.
See, my mom was only married once, and that was to my sister's dad. My sister's 9 years older than me. So her and I, yes, we have a big age gap, but, you know, we understand each other. You know, she gets very short-tempered and mad easy and blah, 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 you know, but she is also super successful and, like, you know, didn't really want anything a part of that life when my mom met my dad, who she didn't marry. And then my mom had like I think 1 or 2 boyfriends that like long term. And then another guy who you could call my stepdad, but like, again, they were never married, but they've been together for like 20 years, like a long time.
Yeah, wow.
And I don't talk to him. He just, you know, well, one, I did, you know, I did do something bad, and, you know, during like active addiction, but like even before that, you know, he barely talked to me. And when he did talk to me, it was just like talking to me like he would talk to a guy, but then he would talk to his son all nice and sweet, and he would just be like, "Oh, hey, Nicole. Oh, you didn't do this. You didn't do that." I'm like, "Okay, bye. I'm going in my room." Like, and I never wanted to be home. I was never home. And like, this is now going into teenage years, you know, when you're already rebelling, you're already going through puberty and hormones and, you know, weird friend drama in school that really, like, you look back at now and you're like, why the hell did I give a shit?
Yeah, right.
And piggybacking on the religion, you know, I think I went to church 10 times. You know, it's just, I'm not, it's not my thing. You know, some people really get guidance from religion. You know, some people hide behind religion, and me, I'm just like, you know, and you are too. Like, if we were to place ourselves in a religion, it would definitely be like Buddhism, but more so like the spirituality, the universe, karma, dharma, and, you know, what you put out is what you're going to get. So that's something I'm trying now to like convey to my family. You know, like my aunt's like, you should be my life coach. And I'm just laughing at her, you know, because even that whole dynamic, my dad's side, he has two sisters. He talks to one. The other one doesn't talk to the both of them. It just gets really messy, and all because my grandma and grandpa passed away. Actually, when my grandpa passed away. So that causes a whole nother issue. My dad and I just started getting along 2 years ago. So that's been, and he's still very aggravating.
Yeah.
But in a loving way, you know, like he went through addictions and got over it. You know, my family, like you're either an alcoholic, an addict, or have a gambling problem, or you're fine.
Well, I definitely want to get to that too. I want to get to that too, but I want to touch on, when you said like, you know, if you whatever you gravitate towards, if it's like Buddhism or the universe or spirituality, whatever it is, like that's got to be, you know, whatever your heart, you know, follows, whatever you follow, whatever you feel like your spirit follows, and that's like, you know, that why you feel good on this earth. Religion is kind of just like, it's like impacting your brain so much that it almost makes up your decisions for you. And I mean, what I mean by that is like, when I came out of the closet, my dad was the only one that gave me some type of issue, and his issue was kind of lasted for a long time, but his issue was that he had to check what Judaism said about it first before he like even, you know what I'm saying? So it was very strange, because it's like religion is like manipulating your brain.
It's like, how do you feel?
Right. Exactly.
Not this fucking Torah.
Exactly. So we had a lot of problems when I was young because of the violence and stuff like that. Then this happens and I come out and we still had more problems. So I'm kind of like you, in the same boat. Maybe not in the last like 2 years. I would say maybe in the last 5 years, he's at least like attempting to rekindle whatever relationship. You know what I mean? Like, our relationship is just what it is now. I think it's okay. You know what I mean? I think it's all right. But I also feel at this stage in the game, you're not going to change.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you're what, 67? You're not going to change now. You know what I mean? However old he is. So, I mean, that's just where I have to be at with it as well. Yeah. Because I have to just, know that this is the best that he's going to give me right now.
Yeah.
And as it gets into an older age, I don't want to have that resentment, But I did want to cover, as far as like you said, you had a bunch of alcoholics and addicts or gambling. Overall, obviously, that had to be such a huge effect on your family. So, where do you even want to start with that? Because I know for me, I'm the only addict. As far as my immediate family, you go out a little further into like steps and things like that. There are other problems in that family, but as far as like the immediate family, it's only me, and then that just gives me like, it puts a lot of pressure on me, because it's just like, oh fuck, now what is this person gonna think? What is my brother gonna think? How am I gonna be judged? How are they gonna help? Whatever. Yeah. So, but you had it from all angles.
Oh yeah, both sides. And I'm not saying everyone, but like a good portion.
Yeah.
And it's like at my birthday parties when I was little, my two cousins who passed away due to drugs, like they were stealing my birthday money. I mean, I was 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. How much birthday money was I actually getting? $150?
Yeah, right.
Nothing crazy. And, like they would steal that shit,
That's addict shit right there. That is addict shit. Perfect
they would
example.
steal shit and return it. And like, my parents, not really, the gambling's more rooted in like my grandmother's family, her immediate family, like her brothers and sisters. But it's like that impulsive, immediate gratification, like that impulsiveness. And that I definitely feel. I've calmed it down. I've tamed it down just because, it's called growing up and being an adult and looking at my issues right in my face. So, growing up, you don't really know, oh, they're acting a little silly. When my mom was like smoking pot, marijuana, whatever, she'd be like more inclined to tickle my back. And I noticed that. So I'd be like, can you tickle my back? So it's like little things you notice, but you don't know.
Oh.
And then you get older and like, you start like having family parties and everyone gets a little wacky and you're like, oh, okay.
Right,
And
right.
just seeing, that addictive personality, like I love that my family, some of them, they go buck wild one night and like they're normal people the next day. They're not like me where I'm like, I feel hungover. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go to work. I feel depressed. It's an absolute mess. So
Yeah.
that's where I feel it. And that's how it affected me. I remember when I first said I had a problem with, a particular drug and I told my family and they were like, no, you don't. It's in your head.
Oh, wow.
It's in your head. I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks.
Now, was that after or before? I'm not going to put your business out there.
No, that was like 18
Oh, okay.
when I was like dabbling and then it turned into like, 5 days a week and not drinking. And yeah, I felt like I had a problem one day and I called them. I talked to my dad, and then the phone's getting passed around and you got to like tell everyone and they're like, it's all in your head, stop. And I'm like, okay, then rewind or I'm sorry, fast forward to 3-4 years later and it's like, yeah, I flipped my car. I was completely wasted and I'm going to rehab. Bye.
Yeah.
From that problem you thought I didn't have. That was all in my head.
Right. So what? Yeah. So what was their reaction right after that? Were they still thinking that?
I mean, they were proud of me. No.
It's still in your head. Get out of rehab right now. Yeah.
You know what? Everyone was so supportive. I couldn't be happier. It was amazing. And they're still supportive.
I mean, I feel like no matter what, in a situation like that, your family will support you and have your back, more than like fake friends or acquaintances or even good friends.
Yeah.
That you thought, were good friends. Even if they are all out of the picture, because maybe they're still using or they don't give two fucks, whatever it is, then your family will still be there. My problem was, I kept relapsing. So it's one thing to tell your family, like, I really have a problem and, this is why I moved back to New York, because I really have a problem and I need help, and still do addict shit for, 6 months before I even went into rehab. And finally go, and then decide to go to a halfway house. So it was like a year of recovery, and then, of course they're going to be proud. Oh, they're so happy Dan's getting his shit together. what happens, a year later?
Hmm.
The first time I relapsed, I had a year and a half clean, so it was like 6 months later. And now I'm, disappointing this person, disappointing this person. Oh, it's okay. Get back on your feet. Everything will be fine. I have some siblings that are like that, like just like, oh, it's okay, just because they probably don't know how bad the relapse was. And then another
And
one.
easier said than done.
Easier said than done, yeah. And then another one, and then another one, and then another one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the hardest time that I had to deal with it is because, like, check this out. I hear people at meetings that they'll say, I don't talk to my family. My family doesn't talk to me anymore. And I'm thinking, man, I'm just like, oh my God, that's got to be the worst thing in the world, because at least, no matter how many times shit hits the fan, I'm going to have my family. At least I'm thinking that in my head. And
especially my mom, my dad, no matter what.
Yes. And I would really say my mom. And I mean, like, my brothers, like, I definitely have different relationships with each one of my brothers. My youngest brother, we had the closest connection to 100% since we were little. And it's still like that. He's actually right here. He's a rapper. Go to upgradehiphop.com if you want to check him out. Upgrade Hip Hop. Then I have my younger brother that's like 2 years younger than me. We've always been close to, but he's in Arizona. And he's we just don't talk that much, but when we do, we definitely do have a close conversation. And then my older brother is kind of just like, surface relationship. Like, we're not really that close. Which is fine. That's just how it's been, and that's whatever. But my sister, like, I always felt a really strong connection with my sister. I always wanted a sister, and even though we had different fathers, when she was little, I was always just like, oh my God, I'm so happy to have a sister. So my last relapse, thank God, my last relapse, 22 months ago, or whatever, I guess it was like 21 months ago, when I told her I was actually lying about my clean time that I was using. And, that was it. Like, she just turned it off. No communication at all. And that actually sent me to the psych ward. Because I couldn't take that. I was just like, this is what people are talking about in the meetings. Like, you're starting to lose your family, like, one by one. Like, oh my God, like, I can't do this anymore. And that fucked me up big time in the head. And, yeah, she gave me the silent treatment for, like, over 10 months. And our relationship is still not the same. Definitely not the same. Not nearly of what it was before. It's always going to be different, but it's like, now it's different, but it can still be something. Mm-hmm. And every day is I guess every day we can attempt to work on it, but
every day is a gift.
Every day is a gift. Mini holidays. And talk to your sister.
Well, and like, for me, I don't want to say I had a relapse. I had a big fuck up in October where some childhood trauma came up, and, in my conscious, it was in my subconscious, and I just went nuts at my sister, like, overdrank, like, literally gave myself alcohol poisoning, just throwing up everywhere. And that was October. You blacked out, right? Oh, it was awful. Out, right? Yeah, I wanted to go to the hospital. I debated.
Oh my God.
And she, like, I made a little mess, and I always make a little mess when I go there because I, like my midnight snacks, and they know that. But I just threw up everywhere, and I was just going nuts. And, like, she is so mad at me. I mean, we've talked via text, but, like, I don't know. She's been going through her own thing as well, not with, like, drinking or anything, just own personal stuff. So it could be a little bit of that. And then, like, what I did, threw her to the edge, because she really doesn't tolerate much. And I don't blame her. I really don't. I'm the same way with certain people, but, more so, like, friend people, or just people I don't want to deal with. And, like, it's just a little text here and there, happy birthday, like, thanks. but just like the attitude, I hear it in the voice, trying to call her, doesn't pick up. I'm just like, okay. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's like, I know my demons. I know all my shit in my head. I know things I have to work on. And like, if you reach out and you try, they know you're trying. And my realization was just like, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I haven't acted like that since then. And prior to that, I didn't act like that for, 2 years. So, it was definitely something in this noggin, in this crazy brain of ours. And, as long as you do what you feel is right and you clean up your side of the street and just try your hardest, that's my thinking. But, like, it's like people do come around. And they got their own shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Very true. Well said. I mean, that's exactly what it is. You can't shake somebody, no matter how close they are to you, and just be like, "Forgive me," or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's just like you lay it out on the table, kind of like when you're making amends on the 9th step of the 12 steps. You're making amends. You put your shit on the table, and you leave it there. And if they pick it up, they pick it up. If they leave it there, then not. They're not ready. And but they do see that you're making an effort.
I did.
Exactly. But they do see that you're making an effort. That's 100% true. I think, personally, for me, I'm thinking, like, I'm trying to be empathetic, right? So if I was the sibling, if I was one of the siblings and I had to look out at one of my siblings who was fucking up again and again and again, I would be, extremely pissed off too, but I would, like, want to help. But at the same time, it's just how much can you help before shit does not get any better or you really do give up on them. I personally would not give up on them. But my main thing is that my sister, in my sister's situation, I don't even think it was the relapse part. I think it was the fact that I fucking lied to her face. You know what I mean? Because I was saying that I was clean. I was telling everybody that I was clean, but the whole time I was using. I think that's worse than just saying, like, listen, I'm a fucking addict, and this shit's gonna happen. You know what I mean? There's people that have 20 years that relapse. Like, this shit happens. It's a continuous fight. But don't give up on me. You know what I mean? But the
Don't
lies,
give up. I guess
the
that's
lies
the
are really rough.
message we're telling everyone.
Yeah, don't give up on your family, right? Don't give up on your family.
Or yourself.
Or yourself. That's how we're going to end it right there. Don't give up on family and don't give up on yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Nikki P. I mean, this is cool. Listen, we always talk about personal shit. And this is episode 5, so why not get to know us more? Get to know our family. We talk about everything. We talk our sex life, our fucking using life. We talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not ashamed to talk about anything, so here you go. And hopefully, maybe at the same time, it helps somebody. Maybe somebody's going through the same exact shit.
You never know.
You never know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please check us out every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. There will be a link on our IG, which I forgot to say earlier. Our IG is @MixtureVariety. That's the name of the show, @MixtureVariety. There will be a link right in the bio where you can click and you can watch the previous week's show, or every Friday I upload it or I update it to that night show. So episode 5 obviously is there now.
Should we let them know the announcement now for next Friday?
Yes, sure. Go ahead. You let them know.
I don't want to.
Nope, you're letting them know.
Unfortunately, due to my work schedule, I may not be here next Friday. Sorry. My apologies.
It's all good, though. You know what? We're not
But
gonna end
if
it
you
like
like and subscribe and share us,
Hey!
I won't have to work.
Yes, indeed. You beat me to it. Yes, like,
Were you
share,
going
and
to say
subscribe.
that?
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. And you know what I'm saying? She won't even have to be missing any days. And we could be doing this like that. And I'm going to leave it like that because that was a much better... Leave it like that instead of... on a negative note. Yeah, so Nikki P said it best. And remember, Friday nights here, YouTube, and Monday and Thursday at Castbox, also at 9 p.m. Eastern. I think that's it. We covered it all. We said it all. We're 20 seconds into the hour. Let's end it right here.
Woo!
And all I can say again is go motherfucking Bucks! Let's go, baby! I'm either now next week I'm gonna be like this if they lose.
They won't lose.
No, they're not gonna lose. They're not gonna lose. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Have a great weekend. Love you, Nicky P.